Hi, my name is Liz Farber. I am 68 years young. It is August the 18th. Justyna is a dear person that came into my life. We worked together in a hospital setting. I've known her since 2007. We are here in Anchorage, Alaska.
My name is Justyna Raszewska. I'm 42 years young. We're here to learn what brought you to the social work field.
So I was born into a military family. My father was already getting ready to retire as a colonel in the Army. I was born in Washington, D.C. I am the youngest of a sister who is about 6 years older than I am. My brother, who actually was from my mother's first marriage, he has since passed on. He died at the young age of 59 from lung cancer. We had the opportunity to live in a few different places, and then my dad retired and we settled down on the East Coast. He passed away when I was 9. Some people don't know how to talk about death and dying, and that is a part of our life. I have quite a track record of people that I've known or been acquainted to that has passed. After my father died, we moved to Florida, and then from there, my brother came up to Alaska with his wife. Then my mom and sister and I came up to visit, and we ended up migrating up to Alaska back in 1969. I graduated from high school, and then it was like, okay, what am I going to do next? I started off by going to Anchorage Community College, but I found that I really wanted to just get out and work, and so I worked administratively for some time, and then it was time to maybe go back to school. I chose a 4-year degree versus a 2-year degree. Didn't know yet what I wanted to do, so I started taking regular classes. When I saw the social work degree, I said, that's for me because I want to help people. The nice thing about the University of Alaska is they will pay your tuition up to 12 credits a year while you're working with them. And so for 7 years, I worked at UAA in the School of Nursing, as a matter of fact. And then it came time to graduate, and so I had to do my field work for Bachelor of Social Work. And I ended up doing my field placement over at a very large assisted living home, Providence Horizon House. From there, I graduated with my bachelor's degree and went to work at the Abused Women's Aid in Crisis. That was quite an experience and exposure because it made me realize that I need to broaden my experience with my social work degree because a lot of people suffer from or struggle with substance abuse as well as mental health issues. After working there for quite a few years, a good friend of mine that I'd gone to high school with, she says, you need to go back and get your master's degree. And so I did. What I did for my practicum with my master's degree was I went into the Salvation Army Clitheroe Center and I worked in the residential treatment program. I learned how to work with people with mental health issues as well as substance abuse, so a dual diagnosis program. Once I graduated with my master's degree, I ended up staying on and working for Salvation Army for another 7 years, then took a hiatus and went to work at the Narcotic Drug Treatment Center, which is a methadone dosing clinic. And methadone dosing has really helped a lot of people become very successful in leading a normal life. I was hoping to get into a hospital setting to work. Fortunately, I was able to be successful in eventually getting hired on in a prominent hospital here in Anchorage. Of course, I come from a family where my mother was in recovery when she was pregnant with me. And so I grew up with AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. My mom used to fondly call me her AA baby because I would go to meetings with her. And so that was another area of why I think substance abuse was a natural component of my education and exposure. With hospice, there was a dear friend of my mother's who actually worked in hospice as she was a nurse. There was an opening that was coming up, so I expressed an interest. It seemed a natural progression for me to want to go into hospice. I've just loved it.
What is it that you like most about working for hospice?
One of the favorite things that I like to do is to interview our patients. I have learned so much more about our military history with working with veterans. I wasn't sure that I was going to be that comfortable working with veterans, but when I started to learn more about their story and what they've gone through, it just gave me a greater respect for that population. When you're on hospice, you're given a diagnosis of 6 months or less. Who knows if you're going to be with us longer or if it's going to be a shorter period of time. When you have people that are on hospice, we can go in and we can provide some sense of connection that maybe they haven't been able to have. This program is just the best programs there is. Well, I'm getting ready to retire. I want to find other ways that I can connect with people, but also being able to spread the word how important it is to not be afraid of hospice. We're here to support and we're here to guide and share a little bit of our love with everyone.